If you graduated from college, you got student loan debt, you got thousands upon thousands of debt, maybe hundreds upon thousands of debt, then you deserve a refund because you've been taken advantage of. You know, you've been scammed. And if you're not making the money that you want to make in your life, if you're not where you want to be, it's not your fault. It's the education system's fault. And it's not so much their fault because they didn't teach us, you know, about money, but they have taken advantage of our fear of not being enough if we don't go to college. And I know that might seem like an interesting way to kind of start this video off, but the book that I'm talking about today, The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellesberg, is a fantastic book. This book right here really changed the game for me. You know, when I first read this book, I was down in Florida, you know. I was with my wife. We were on a little bit of a honeymoon. You know, we were both teachers, so we both weren't able to take off when we originally got married. So we went down to Florida to do a little honeymoon. And I was reading this book down there. And at this point, this was my last year teaching. I was a school teacher. This is my last year. And, you know, I wanted to, you know, do my own business. I wanted to, you know, create my own schedule. I wanted to, you know, take advantage of a different type of life, man. You know, I wanted to create different opportunities for my wife, for my family. You know, I'm out here at this park, this beautiful park right now, man. And I'm talking about, but yeah, you know, I wanted to create something different, but, you know, I didn't know where to start. You know, that's the reality. And, you know, I picked up this book and it had just gave me so much insight on the principles of becoming an entrepreneur, you know, switching from the entrepreneur mind or the employee mindset to the entrepreneur mindset. You know, at that point in my life, you know, I knew that it was time to make the leap. I knew that, you know, my time had come, but I just wasn't sure on what I should do, right? I wasn't 100% sure on how I should go about it. I knew that I had skills. I knew that, you know, I could bring value to the marketplace, but I didn't know, you know, how to go about doing it. And this book teaches you some really important principles about how to go about helping others, right? How you want to make other people successful, right? How, you know, you want to look for mentors and practical skills. This book is interesting because this guy, Michael Ellesberg, he graduated from Brown University, okay? So that's one of the most prestigious Ivy League schools in America. He graduated from Brown University, okay? And he was hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, in debt a little bit, right? And he talked about the difference between him and his girlfriend. And his girlfriend didn't go to an Ivy League school. You know, when she got done, I think he said when she got done high school, she went and spent like 3 months or 3 years or something like that, just like in India. And yet she had a successful 6-figure business. And here it was, this guy had went to an Ivy League school and, you know, he was barely cracking, you know, $50,000 a year. And he shares the principles that he learned along his journey. Check this out, right? This place is beautiful, isn't it? So he shared the principles that he learned along this journey of how he was able to start his own company, become a successful entrepreneur. Look at this. It's beautiful, right? And so he told his story on how he was able to become a successful entrepreneur, and he gives you those steps along the way. You know, some of the steps that he talks about is learning how to sell. You know, he talks about building a new digital profile and getting rid of the old resumes, right? How he says resumes are dead, right? Because everybody is online, right? So you want to build your brand online. You want to stop doing, you know, he was saying how, and most of you guys know this, if anybody's ever been looking for a job, especially nowadays, you know how it can be just getting lost in the sauce of the internet. You're on Indeed, you're putting stuff up, you know, and it can feel like you're stuck. You can feel pretty hopeless. And this book really gives you tools on how you can combat that, how you can really start to create and build a life that you want, how you can build your own business, how you want to go out and help make others better. And what the real breakthrough for me was in my business, and which is allowing me to sit here today and share this story with you guys, and hopefully this is providing value to you. But the real breakthrough that this book had gave me was learning the principle of just giving more. You know, when I first started my business, you know, I was trying to get as much work in as I can, right? I was trying to make money because, you know, I needed to survive, right? Like everybody else, right? I need to live, I need to eat. And what I started to see was that, you know, I was doing okay, but I wasn't doing as well as I could have. And I changed my mind state, and I started doing more for others. And the people that I'm working with, I try to service them as best as I can and try to push them. He actually talks about it like a fountain. I thought that was a fountain. It's a little waterfall back there. But he talks about it like a fountain, you know, that the people that you're helping out, they're way up at the top, right? You're at the base of this fountain and you're trying to push them to the top, right? And the more you push them, the higher up they go, the more successful they are, the more successful you'll be. And I took that principle and I've been applying it. And once you start to do that, you'll realize how abundant all these opportunities are out here in this world. You know what, I actually think that I'm gonna walk across this bridge right here. All right, so you'll start to learn that there's so much abundance out here, right? There's so much that we can give with our own unique skills and abilities, but this actually gives you practical tips on things that you can learn about sales, about copywriting, and how you can use those skills to make other people better. And the more you do for others, the more they do for you, and that has been, you know, case in point for me. And when you're in the employee mindset, you want to take that leap, right? You might be somebody like me, you know that it's time to make that leap. And when you're in that employee mindset, a lot of times, like most people, we all think, you know, well, what's in it for me? And there's a lot in there for us. But we gotta first realize that we have to give first to get the most that we can get. When you're an employee, it doesn't really work that way. You know, most times it's all about as much as you can get for as little as you can do. But here we want to be abundant, man. You want to give, you want to deliver above and beyond, you know. And this book right here, I'm going to leave the descriptions and I'm going to leave links in the description below, excuse me, so you guys can find it, or so you can go and do some more research on your own. But this book right here transformed the way I do business. And I recommend this book to everybody. Whether you've been to school, whether you graduated from college and it took you 8 years like me, or, you know, whether you're debating on going to college, whether you're thinking it might not be right for me, okay? I recommend this book to everybody. I'll leave a link so you guys can go check it out, you know, or if you want to go ahead and do some more research on it. Michael Ellesberg, The Education of Millionaires. I recommend this to everybody. Check this out, guys. Look at this park behind me, man. This is beautiful. And this is what it's all about. This is what that entrepreneurship is all about. This is what creating your own schedule is all about. It's about being able to take a walk like this. You know, it's about being able to, you know, do things and take time off and spend time with your family, spend time with your wife, spend time with your kids, you know, your parents, your loved ones, whoever it is, you know, and not being afraid that no opportunities are going to come your way. Opportunities are going to come your way. The more you give, the more value you give, and, you know, the more that you can receive. And listen, I know that this might seem like a long-winded explanation of this book, but I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys value. I want to make sure that, you know, if there's somebody out there, and like I said, we all find things when we're supposed to, right? We find things when we're supposed to. I found this book at the time I needed it. And so if you're watching this video, this might be a time that you need it. You know, I was like you know, I was in that spot. I wanted to take that leap, and I just wasn't sure what to do. But I found this book right here, The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellesberg, and it just changed the game for me. So once again, you know, I hope that you guys found this valuable. Thanks for checking out my video. Thanks for spending time with me. You know, I always do book reviews that really help change my game, you know, really help set my mind state. And if you guys are interested in more content and material like this, you know, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, you know, leave a comment. Let me know if there's any books that you guys have been reading that changed your games, and, you know, I'll go and check them out. And until next time, people, peace.